First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Nakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Salutation to all the Archeons pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Shalom to all the Aquats listening and learning. All the speckled Israelites out there that may look like the heathen nation, but are of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I say Shalom. Here is your brother Yassad with another lesson willing to define unto the elect. This lesson here would be named "Their plot are being carried out." You know, because hey, we seeing all these things are happening. The gas price constantly raising. They even sending out, it's like the Democrats literally paying. They're literally paying criminals to go and commit crimes. You know, just to tighten up upon the crisis. You know, they even using these scenarios. For example, you know, with the shooting with the 18-year-old boy at the supermarket, and hey, trust me, there will be more. You know, because they already targeting at taking away your defense. You know, which is your weapon. They already looking to aim at taking that away from you, getting that off the streets. But hey, let me start off this video here, because hey, the more oil and gas increases, and they have the power to stop this, but hey, no, hey, Joe Biden, he's just going around with the plan of the elites, you know, to bring more chaos, more confusion, instead of the look to de-escalate the whole situation. But they just added more stick to the fire. But hey, let me start off by playing these videos.
West Texas Intermediate, both up about half of a dollar per barrel, $1.19, $1.20 for Brent, $1.19 for West Texas Intermediate. This is the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded, hitting an all-time high this morning of $4.86 a gallon. Diesel at another new record high of $5.64 a gallon today. Joining me now, the chairman and CEO of United Refining Company, Gristedes and D'Agostino Foods, also the Red Apple Group chief, John Catsimatidis. John, will this only get worse for the American people?
Hey, it can. You know, hey, that is just to show you, just according to, you know, all of this lines up with prophecy here. The book of 2nd Esdras, I'll bring it out, and hey, more and more these scriptures coming out, and more brothers keep doing videos upon new upcoming things that actually taking place. You know, 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 21. I'll jump straight to the point. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be goodly cheap upon earth." Because yeah, at that point in time, you know, as the apostles say, you know, that 50 years ago you could have enjoyed Babylon, everything was cheap. But look at what's going on now. Look at the skyrocketing price jump, the escalation of the prices. You know, and we know once oil and gas is affected, transport automatically would be affected, and goods would be affected, literally everything. That one item being raised, that would actually literally bring a raising of the prices on all goods. But it said, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils." I'm gonna get select here, alright. Alright, Salakia. It said that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So yeah, before they thought, well, hey, Babylon, everything nice, everything cheap, you know. You $5 you feel now whole family. You're full in your tank because oil and gas so cheap. They even was boasting in time that when Donald Trump was in power, they saying they had the most amount of gas and oil in the world. That's the kind of pride they had. You know, but now what? The Joe Biden looking to go and beg Saudi Arabia for $120 per barrel. You know? But hey, look, I'll continue the video.
People.
It will get worse, which is very, very sad. It doesn't have to happen. As I said before last week, I said it last week, a recession does not have to happen. What the obsession that President Biden has with not turning on the spigots in North America, in Canada, Alaska, and let America, North America, we have 100 years worth of oil. Let them open up the spigots, and the price of crude oil will come back down to 55, 60, maybe 65, half. Nobody can understand. All the people I talk to, nobody can understand why this obsession with North America. He wants to fly to Saudi Arabia and beg the Saudi Arabians to give us another 500,000 barrels at $120 a barrel. Does that make any sense at all? It makes no sense. And what's going to happen?
Hey, and that's it, you know. It makes no sense. Because who's going to feel it? The population. They're going to actually feel it the most. Because you all rich, you all filthy rich. You know, but hey, it's the poor, you Jake's going to feel it. When gas price raises, food raises, is Jake gonna feel the blunt. You know? But they do business about that. Because it's all a part of their plan. They want to see total chaos upon the place. They want to see America dilapidated to all to bring forth war. The NWO.
He wants to force the, and I disagree with our own economists, that our own friends, that they raise the interest rates by the Fed. Because what's going to happen? Instead of bringing down the price of oil and controlling recession, increase the price of interest rates, and guess what? You'll wipe out the real estate industry. You'll wipe out everything else in America. Somebody's on the path to try to destruct America, and somebody has to say, guys, enough is enough. I hope we have enough common sense.
You know, and that somebody is ultimately, although we know, is literally elites pulling the string up on Biden, but hey, ultimately is actually Yahweh Bashim Shai. Because the judgment of Babylon, hey, your time is up. You know, your time is up. Although these devils actually thinking they could, you know, bring forth their agenda, you know, but hey, the Lord is gonna just use you to accomplish up to a certain amount, and then He gonna cut you off. Because hey, the book of Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So right now, just as Pharaoh, the Lord literally hardening Joe Biden's heart to bring oppression upon the people. It said the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So just as Pharaoh hardened, just as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hardened Pharaoh's heart, just as now, you know, he is hardening Joe Biden's heart. You know, Chudi literally elites passing down the orders.
enough is enough. I hope we have enough common sense Democratic senators to say enough is enough. Why are we destroying America? And you know what the cost of has been to the American people because of the rising gas prices, the cost of the rising food prices? It's going to go even higher with $120 oil. It's going to go even higher. I am begging.
John, especially with...
I'll finish my sentence. I'm begging the White House. I am begging President Biden. Enough is enough. I'm begging the Democratic senators. Enough is enough. Turn on the spigots and...
Hey, you cannot beg the devil. They already have their whole agenda, planned out. You cannot beg them. You cannot stop them. They know you could beg all you want. It's just like when with the whole scene with this guy with the whole Black Lives Matter, and they circling the White House and marching and protesting. Hey, you can't beg the devil to show you mercy.
North America, don't go and beg Iran for crude oil for $120, make them richer. Don't beg Saudi Arabia for crude oil. Don't beg Venezuela for crude oil. We have it. And nobody can understand it.
I agree with you. Nobody can understand it. Not even nobody in America can understand it. People who are suffering and whose standard of living is collapsed because of just the cost of fuel, particularly diesel. John, before we go, talk about, particularly as a manager of multiple businesses, grocery stores, just how insidious inflation is to all businesses in terms of being able to manage it, and just what it's like in the grocery stores that you operate, and what you anticipate, particularly with diesel at every day at new all-time highs.
70% of all transportation to grocery stores in the whole country is made by truck, and they use diesel fuel. And also our factories that make the food, that process the food, is diesel fuel. The price of diesel fuel went double, and it's going to go even higher. So what does that mean? The food price is going to go even higher unless we grab control. And forget about it's not the problem of the food companies. It all goes back to the rising prices of oil, crude oil, and what's happening in America today. And we're transferring our wealth in America to foreign countries. That's what we're doing.
And John, it started the first day that Joe Biden took office, and we all talked about it, that by crushing our energy sector, you hand our power and our prosperity to nations that hate us. And that's exactly what has gone on, and made working Americans poor in the process. Final word.
It's just mind-boggling. If foreign nations elected Joe Biden, they couldn't have done a better job.
John Catsimatidis, please come back. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
The scripture here, the book of Psalms, chapter 64, and verse 8, it says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee." So yeah, they actually, even his own people, literally telling you, this is what they're doing. They all the assets and the wealth of Babylon is actually moving. But hey, I'll get this Jeremiah chapter 51 and start at verse 7. Because ultimately it's all judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Your time is up. And the Lord is just a great what's the word I'm looking for? Constructor of a plan. You know, I'll just use that. You know, it's like the Lord setting up Babylon for a fall, making them think they could actually accomplish their NWO and setting them up for the kill. It's like an all-in-one. Look at Jeremiah 51. I'll start at verse 7. It said, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of our wine, therefore the nations are mad. They take, they consume her ways, her, all her philosophies, way of living, all of these things they learn after Babylon. You know, it say Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so, she may be healed. Because hey, you know that guy was saying, you know, the crisis, all these things could be stopped because they have the oil and so forth that they have the oil to supply them for 100 years. You know, so they don't need to go to Saudi Arabia, but hey, it's just all a part of their plan to destroy America and ultimately the Lord's plan. But it say, what? It say, take balm for her, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon. You know, so this turning point at the destruction of Babylon, there's no coming back. This is it. It's all gonna get worse and worse. But she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, you know, her judgment, they is also called what? Sodom and Egypt. You know, it's being called Sodom for the customs, you know, is a sort of homo LGBTs. You know, these colorful people and the same manners after Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, because I don't want to go too much into detail because you know this devil taking down your videos. So yeah, let me get another video to play. So I'll play back a bit here.
And made working Americans poor in the process. Final word.
It's just mind-boggling. If foreign nations elected Joe Biden, they couldn't have done a better job.
John Katsimatidis, please come back. We'll see you again soon.
Folks, remember the movie Officials? One of the things that makes these people great leaders or really talented in their field is their ability to see around corners, to see signs other people miss and translate them into what they think is going to happen. Seeing around a corner. It's what great leaders do and have always done. It doesn't mean they can predict the future. Listen, obviously, nobody can do that. It just means they can predict the future better than the other guy.
If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay, this is the kind of transition from a historic economic recovery. Again, steady, stable economic growth that works for working families.
If Biden got in, you'd be paying $7, $8, $9. Didn't they say, get rid of your car?
The more they drive, typically the more of their income is going to gas. And so the more money they're going to save if they can afford an electric vehicle.
Joe Biden and his party have spent the entire year inciting violence and hatred.
We've inherited from the previous administration the largest year-over-year jump in murders in record history in 2020.
How about that? You like that cut? Little side-by-side? Listen, the Biden administration has proven not only they lack any ability to see around corners, but they ignore the signs altogether when they're right in front of their face. We're not talking about cryptic signs here, folks. These aren't crop circles like the movie signs. Biden is literally being told what's going to happen. But he's either incapable or completely unwilling to respond. Again, imagine being handed your opponent's playbook and still blowing the game.
I became aware of this problem sometime after April, in early April, about how intense it was. And so we did everything in our power from that point on, and that's all I can tell you right now.
Folks, he was told it was going to be a crisis, and he did nothing. He didn't even mention it till the middle of May. It's the definition of incompetence, and there's more.
Hey, and that is just the thing, you know. He already have the script in the party or to play to literally crumble Babylon, right? You know.
Remember Larry Summers? I bring this up a lot. He was the Bill Clinton Treasury Secretary and a former Obama advisor. He's a Democrat. He warned the left about inflation almost a year ago.
I think the odds are that we're going to have inflation of a kind we haven't seen in 30 years until either the Fed takes some significant move with respect to monetary policy or until there's some kind of accident.
That's not a crop circle. He actually said it. So again, we were all told inflation was going to be a problem. It's not hard, folks. Print a lot of money, you don't have a lot of goods, inflation. But Biden ignored those signs. He pushed to spend all the money anyway. And now we're facing shock or record inflation. Who could have seen that coming? And now here's Larry Summers, note a Democrat, again with another warning.
Unless, of course, the economy heads towards...
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. Hold on, man. We gonna get this work.
Hi, I'm William Devane. See this number? This is the amount of debt our nation has dug itself into. Shocking. And it goes up millions every day. And if you're not worried, you should be.
Before I took office, there were a lot of folks out there making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out. You might remember some of the predictions.
They're coming for your guns, they're coming for your jobs, and they're coming for your freedom. They hate American energy, and Joe Biden will shut it all down. He's going to.
That if I became president...
Biden's elected, he will wipe out your energy industry.
Another prediction, that is my favorite one, I must add, is that if I got elected...
Gas prices going $5, $6, $7 for a gallon. Flood your communities with criminal aliens, drugs, and crime while they live behind beautiful gated compounds. They try to take away your gun, Second Amendment, they want to take it away, while they enjoy private security that's fully armed.
I never understood that one.
To spend trillions of...
Yeah, and you have a video from the brother, you know. All praises to about Shemesha, you know, that the Lord put the spirit, you know, upon the brother to make these yapan and edifying videos. Like first off, I want to get the book of Micah chapter 2. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds around the Senate table. Because, hey, we show, you know, that, hey, Biden and the elites already sit about around the summit, sip on some expensive wine and discuss what is the plans for Babylon already. It said they practice, yeah, it said when the morning is light, when the time is right. And now we see that this is the time that they actually not helping the situation but making it worse by the decisions. You know, they practice it, they put it into decree. You know, it said because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, and that is what they doing, because they have the power to do all these things. You know, let me get the book of Psalms chapter 10 and verse 2, it said the wicked in his pride that persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And that is it, they are the wicked. Esau, Edom, they by they doing this, coming with their whole agenda, they persecuting the poor, because who is gonna feel it with the high gas prices and all these things is the poor, and it is you jakes out there, right? We'll get a couple of scriptures. The book of Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, warn to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, because they take action into their hand, and without thinking about the after effects, because they already know it's gonna actually add to the fire. Just as he say, they have America oil for what, 100 years, maybe even plus. Even Donald Trump say they had the most amount of oil and gas in the world with that proud statement. But here it is, no, instead of you de-escalating the whole situation, what are you doing? You add into the fire. You making it harder. You look into, imagine you going and fighting wars and to protect Ukraine and all these things. You even want to go and assist Taiwan against China, but you're looking to see about what is, you're taking the matters into your hand, and what actually taking place in Babylon, because why your goal is to destroy Babylon. That is your whole thing, because it's saying in Habakkuk 2, and I will start at 5. It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, by all his philosophies, neither keep it at home. And that is it, as I was saying, instead of you deal with your economic crisis and all these things, what are you looking to send troops quite across the world, in Ukraine, in Taiwan? That's just to show you being identified as the wicked, and is as death, because this is only going to cause crisis, death, famine, sedition amongst men, and cannot be satisfied, because they want everything for themselves. They want to literally own you jakes and have you in such subjection. And by they doing this is they auto ab KO, bringing chaos, and then they come with the cure, which is actually the charagma. But God writ unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. Right? Yeah. Again, the book of Revelation, and we always bring out this Revelation 12 and 12. It say, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. Numerous times we also identified who the devil is. You Esau, Edom, having great wrath, and look at the great wrath they bring in, because he knew that he had but a short time. That is why they move in so quickly, raising skyrocketing prices to bring that chaos upon the earth. And a lot of people is actually seeing it. The book of Job chapter 5 and 13. Right, let me get that here. Job 5 and 13, it says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward. We know the counsel of the froward being the wicked, right? Their ways. I'm going to go into the word counsel. I'm going to get it here in the Blue Letter Bible. Right, the counsel, right, the advice, the purpose, right, and yeah, their advice, their plan, right, because what their plan is to go onto Saudi Arabia and pay 120 for a barrel and to skyrocket prices to bring farming in the place. That is actually all their plans, right? It's the council of the fraud, which is literally the fraud being the wicked, right? Right, bam. I was still going the wood headlong, right? So the counsel of the wicked is carried headlong. Headlong as meaning what? To hasten. So they coming on with their agenda in a rapid manner. As quickly they want to perform their agenda. That is why you see them adding to the fire by what? Sending out a set of criminals to commit acts to get rid of your guns, just to all prepare for the agenda. But yeah, I'll bring out this last scripture here to close off in the book of Jeremiah 5. I'll read from 26 to 29 and close it off. Book of Jeremiah 5 and 26. It says, for among my people are found wicked men, and they lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they caught men. And this is what the elites is doing through his puppets, the government, and on down to the protective services and etc. It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Deceit, because they have no intention of healing Babylon. Therefore they are become great and waxed rich. They are waxed fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? Yeah, well, I hope this small lesson was edifying. Again, shalom barakatah to all your Akiams. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.